Woohoo! Hey guys,
Boy, that was a really nice intro. I tell you what.
what is happening?
Oh, I'm eating.
You're. I was gonna say, Connor, you gonna stop eating so we could chat
Good.
with folks? Are you good? Hey.
Good evening and welcome to Pizza with Colin.
This is good pizza too.
So Saturday morning HDR with coffee and pizza with Colin on Saturday evenings. That's great.
Pizza with Colin.
Church with Bob on Sunday mornings. So
That's a good one.
That's
I've
right.
been eating all day. Forgive me.
And HD, thank you, brother. You compliments early is always a good sign. We'll be highlighting you throughout the entire show now. Thank you very much for that. So, how's it going, guys? It's been a couple weeks since we've been on. What the heck have you been up to?
You go first, Jack.
Hey, it seems like we've all been out riding our motorcycles. I mean, it's been like 70 degrees here. Of course, today it was 60 degrees and it was so windy. I seen this old lady coming across the bike going, hee hee hee, I'll get you my little toto. And I was like, oh, I'm not going out there. It was really, really windy today. So, but other than that, doing that, living my dream life and cooking up some fresh foods.
Did you just do a Wizard of Oz pull?
Yeah.
Yes.
That movie came out like, what, 100 years ago?
It's still, yeah, but it's a holiday classic. Did you know that?
When's the last time you watched it?
Oh, probably November.
Wow.
Yeah, Christmas classic.
That's.
God, I haven't watched that in like 20 years.
Right after this show, I want you to go watch it.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen.
Yeah, we'll do that for you. Trust us. Trust
Yeah,
us.
that's right.
Colin, how about you? You've been under the truck lately?
Yeah, actually, that's all I did today. Is I was telling these guys before we got on, I was working on my 20-year-old truck all day long, and I should have been out riding because it was 70, but I had to take advantage and get some stuff done. So I replaced all my lights. No, they're not custom dynamics. They're actually like, you know when they get really hazy, on like the lights. And I couldn't even see at night. It was really bad. So my wife is actually, as a Christmas present, bought one for me, and I'm just now getting around to installing them. So, and then I ended up ordering some more, and I ended up, doing fog lights, and I just finished literally like 20 minutes ago. So normally, Bob, I know that the two of us get makeup and dressed up for you, but I didn't. So no shower. So a little smelly. That's why I'm eating pizza, because I've been eating all day. But yeah, it was fun.
So you're going to be a mess for the next hour. Is that what I understand?
I am going to be a mess.
I just texted Custom Dynamics about not doing the lights, and they said you're dead to them, whatever that means.
I'm dead to them.
You are. So, Colin, who do we have in-house today?
Okay, let's look here. We have, starting up top, I see Bob Nelson, who HDR was just talking about, traveled how far? 7 hours to get a helmet?
700 miles to buy a helmet.
700 miles. That's dedication, brother.
That is.
Chuck Hansen, hey dude, HD AV Traveler, Blue Bike Girl. Who else do we have on here? Biker Jim, the Grim Rider, Dona Main, I got that right. Hopefully, Paul Beardsley, what's going on, buddy? The Dusty Chronicles, James Turner, Tom Comber. Let's see, did I miss anybody here? I know Toby. How are you today? Jim Reynolds, Rocky J. Welcome, guys. Thanks for stopping by on this lovely Sunday night.
That is for sure. There's a lot going on right now, too, isn't there?
There's a ton going on.
Wow, but the show must go on. HDR told me the show must go on, regardless of any events or anything else. The show must happen, right?
Yeah, because there's fireside chat with the boys, and then there's the rally. What is more important? Drinking with your buds, riding motorcycles, and we're sitting here watching us talk about riding motorcycles. I think this is more important.
Ricky KM, how are you? Road Glide Andy, what's going on? And Ron Kelly saying, I'm here.
If Ron's here, we can roll,
We
right?
can go.
Awesome. What a good group of folks. We appreciate you stopping in for an hour tonight. And I came up with all of these I did a lot of research on these topics, guys. So I hope that, you put in the considered effort to respond appropriately. Okay. So, Jack.
HDR, I don't even know the questions if it makes you feel better.
No, I looked them up on the Motorcycle Almanac. If you don't have a copy of the Motorcycle Almanac, you should buy one.
What is that, Jack?
It's actually on my Amazon page. I actually wrote it 3 years ago. No, I don't have a Motorcycle Almanac. There is a Farmer's Almanac, but no Motorcycles Almanac.
All right.
Why don't you write one?
Yeah.
You know what? That's one good idea.
So speaking of Daytona, and I just came back from Orlando, so I could kind of smell the rally from where I was at for 4 or 5 days while I sat in a conference room with 350 other people. What's tons of events starting? We all got out road for the first time. Jack, tell me a couple of your favorites. Where your favorite event that you've been to, and ones you'd like to go back to, and do you have any plans for anything this year?
I think my favorite event was going out to Sturgis 2 weeks before the rally. I would love to go back for the rally now. Now that we rode all the roads, I don't have to worry about the traffic. I could just go out there, enjoy myself, hang out with folks, party down, listen to some music at the concerts, and meet people. But no motorcycle rally plans for this year. Nothing I can think of. A lot of trips. You guys know we have a lot of trips coming up here. June, and then I got a trip with Mrs. HDR. It's going to be, she's telling me we're probably going to be close to 3,000 miles out and back. So it's going to be a really good trip, a lot of fun. At least we're hoping, depending on how much heat we hit, that might give you a hint of where we're heading, but I won't give that away right now. And then VAM 22. I mean, and then, they're having a motorcycle rally the same weekend in Tazewell, Virginia, that we will be there. So that's kind of interesting.
Well, I'll cross that question out now that I was going to come to that next, but that's good. I like that. Everybody else, keep giving us your rallies. Ricky, I got to talk about that Mackinac rally. I'm hearing some negativity around that thing, so you got to talk me into that. Colin, how about you?
You going to South America?
Yeah. Yeah. And by the way, so
you
she's
said 3,000 miles.
Yeah, she's planning it. You have no feedback in that? Or?
Oh no, I know where it's at, because we were going to Ireland this year with all the shutdowns. We decided we're not going to chance it. So we are doing a bike trip, and she said we're not getting any younger. We better go now, and it's going to be a really should be a really interesting trip. It's going to be about 2 weeks. So 2 weeks we'll be on the road.
Well, my favorite time we ever rode together was when you got back on a trip. And we were riding in Pittsburgh together, and you always make a huge deal of how many miles that you go, right?
Yes.
And I asked you while we were riding together, how many miles was the trip? And your response, good friend, was what?
You'll have to wait until the video comes out, and you'll check it out.
He didn't tell us anything.
Is that some BS? Or
I have no clue that what you're talking about. Normally you share all that with us, but we actually.
Hey, you guys didn't even know I took the tour pack off the motorcycle. Nobody knew about that.
It's because you're not a really good friend and told us about it, dude. If I was taking my tour pack off, I'd be like, I'm thinking about doing this. What do you think?
I just wanted to have some private time with me and the motorcycle. Just a little one-on-one time. I was twisting her bolts, and she was like, "Woo!" and. Like Colin rubbing his chest, same kind of deal.
I'm not going to.
It was private. See what I mean?
Family show.
I know we have we talked about this several times. The three of us are going to have a couple trips this year, which we're really looking forward to. What were you talking about with VAMs during the same time, Jack?
There is a motorcycle rally happening the same time that we will be there.
In Tazewell?
I don't know if it's going to be hosted at the back of the Dragon. Maybe some people in the chat room know a little bit more. But yeah, I was sent a flyer the other day that says it's going to be there. There's going to be multiple tons of food trucks there and all kind of bikes and vendors. So it's going to turn out to be a really, really fun time.
Right on.
Cool.
Let's see. Do I have any rallies I'm going to go to? I've talked about this. I'm going to do Ocean City again, for sure. And I think that's, I don't know, September, October, usually
You
what
take
it
your
is.
purse to that?
What's that?
Nothing. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
That was my last year was my rookie. I broke my cherry last year. So now I'm an expert. So I'm doing that. And then, one thing, I've got shit, we've got a lot of plans this year. I mean, going to Ohio, going to Virginia, either going to Tennessee or Kentucky, going to West Virginia for probably a weekend, doing the Blue Ridge, the Skyline. I have a lot of plans this year, and I'm stoked about it. It's going to be a great riding year.
Do you guys in general, I was thinking about this question, obviously Sturgis, Jack, you were out there. We've never been out there. I know we've talked about it. I've been to Daytona. I know they have a couple at Myrtle Beach, the one in Ocean City, Americade in New York. So I know there's a bunch of those.
I've never done Myrtle Beach. That sounds cool.
Yeah. Do you like going to those? Jack, how about you? I know there was one in Erie, right? Used to be one.
Well,
Erie.
They canceled that one now. They closed it out because I guess the town of Erie actually, I guess the residents more or less of Erie was tired of all the bikers coming in town, even though it raised how much revenue for that city. And you, Bob, you've been to Erie. It's a very, very small town. It's not really a city like Pittsburgh. And then they moved it to the racetrack, and I guess it was all dirt, and everybody complained, right? Because nobody wants to ride on dirt and gravel all day. So I guess they canceled that one now. There's another one in Ohio, and I can't remember the name of it. It comes up in like October. It's pretty nice. It's just a small little thing, But and like I said before, Sturgis is, if you want to go out and ride the roads, guys, go out there 2 weeks before or 2 weeks after the rally. You can still buy your T-shirts. You can still, get all your travel mugs or whatever you want to buy, but you can enjoy the roads because I've watched it during the rally, Bob, and you've probably seen that, where it's just bumper to bumper motorcycles and you're just sitting out there in the heat. It's like 110 degrees and you're not moving. But now, would I like to go with you guys? I think it'd be awesome if the three of us can take 2 weeks and go out for the rally and just enjoy all the ralliness of is that a word?
Ralliness.
We'll make it a word tonight. All the ralliness.
I think
I think it'd be a great time. I mean, we'd have a good time out there, get to meet a lot of people. But yeah, that's kind of my take on it.
Hey, Jack, is this the one you were thinking about? And I forgot our dates. Our dates are in July for VAM, right?
No, that's not the one I'm thinking about.
Okay. That would be cool, Jim. I don't know about that one, but
I don't know.
It's easy to get up to Ohio for me, so.
Yeah, he's talking about going to Michigan. What the hell's in Michigan?
Come on, Chuck. Come into town.
Do you have any decent roads up there?
There's apparently a lot. Oh, here it is. I'm going to send it to you guys. There's apparently a lot of this one's called Road to the Back of the Dragon, OTR. I'm going to send it to you guys so you have it, Bob. Maybe you can throw it up on the screen there or something.
Yeah, I think those events are cool. I don't want to take away from time with the folks at VAM, though, for me, right? Because
I think it's going to. And Bob, when you go to VAM, and even Colin does, you spend a lot of time at the back of the Dragon. Everybody does. I mean, at the Welcome Center. So if it's going on there, I think it's going to intermingle with everything else.
Yeah.
I texted that to you guys. You have it.
Got it.
Chuck talked about riding up in Michigan. On a serious note, are there any decent roads in like Michigan? I don't think you're going to ride around Detroit. But like, what do you have like that's really decent out there, Bob?
Dude, Detroit's only a little part of the beautiful state of Michigan, right? So a lot of great places to ride, especially the Upper Peninsula of Michigan is incredible. So I'm planning on taking Donna out.
I thought you and Dot, I thought you guys were going to do that last year. I don't know if you knew.
We are. She doesn't want to ride over the Great Mackinac Bridge on the bike, so we're going to have to figure that one out. But still looking forward to it. So
is that bridge long, like going to Key West? Is that what that's like?
Yeah, I can't compare it, Jack. I'm not sure what the Key West one is.
Because some people told us you don't want to get stuck on the middle of the Key West Bridge or something when it's 115 degrees down there.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I love long bridges, man. Because if you guys ever rode that, I don't think you probably have. Neither of you have. They've got that one down. When I'm drawing a blank, the Chesapeake Bay, the bridge, the one down by Norfolk.
Yep.
I think it's like what 10, 15 miles or something. That's fun to ride on.
Yeah. Yeah. So, Colin, when you go to those, why do you go? I mean, do you like them?
The rallies?
Yeah.
I mean, I had a great time. I mean, I hung out with some really cool guys, and it's an experience. You know, there's some things that annoy the F out of me, and you know, when you go to those things, but like the loud bass, everybody trying to one up each other on their stereos, but other than that, I mean, everyone's really cool. Had a great time. I mean, everyone's just down to earth, having a great, drinking some beers and but honestly, the best part of it's just hanging out with the friends and doing some local rides. So
Yeah.
I thoroughly enjoyed myself.
Yeah, I think it's, for me, it's also cool. I do like people watching, crazy people watching.
Yeah.
And I do
There's
like
some
seeing,
nut jobs out there, man.
I do like seeing, different bikes too. So for me, it's about the bikes and seeing how crazy people get, right? So
Mhm.
Yep.
Yeah, Aaron Deere brought up Gettysburg Bike Week.
yeah,
Jackie Boy's planning on going on that one. I'm actually I might go. I haven't reserved anything yet, but I actually might go up for that.
What's the dates on that?
I don't know the dates off the top of my head. I have to look it up. I know it's coming up here in like 3 months. I think it's June, if I'm not mistaken, early June, but I might be wrong.
Hey, Grim Rider, man, I'm gonna need to connect with you and Ricky just to learn, when I go up there, what the best. Sounds like you guys are both pretty consistent in the ride in the UP, so I'm gonna be planning that one pretty quick. So I'm gonna reach out to both of you if you don't mind.
End of the day, guys, you go to these things. Everybody has a different reason to go to rallies, but it's the people you meet is the most awesome thing.
Is that what makes it a good event, Colin?
Yeah, I mean, you meet some awesome people, and and obviously have a good time at that. One day we've all talked about, with the exception of Jack, because he's already done it, Sturgis.
Yeah.
As a bucket list thing, I'd totally love to do that. I was almost going to go down to Daytona last year, but it fell through. I know Bob and you and I talked about that too. And it sounds like they're having a blast down there right now.
Yeah. Yeah. Jack, what about you? When you went to Erie, what'd you like when you were there?
Erie was pretty well. First of all, I liked it because that's the first rally we ever went to. Mrs. HR went with me, but now her take on a rally, she'll tell you that when you've been to one, you've been to them all. Pretty much, there's beer trucks, there's food trucks, and there's vendors. And the vendors are like carnival people. They just go vendor to, rally to rally to rally, which is fine. Bob, I think it's neat like you did, though. I would love to go there now just to pull in and say, hey, throw my shocks on. Like you had your pipes put on. That's awesome, But other than that, yeah, that's kind of what I liked about it. Plus, I liked Erie. It's only 2 hours from us.
Yeah.
So it's really nice.
Here's the thing you got to ask you guys. Would you rather do a trip with 4 or 5 people versus a rally?
I'd rather do a trip with 4 or 5 people.
I'd like to do both, but I'd rather do a trip with 4 or 5 people.
Both, but yeah, I prefer like 4 or 5.
Maybe one rally a year just to kind of go would be kind of cool, right? But yeah, no, I'm definitely with you guys on that. So, all right, I know that we've talked about this. We talked about this a lot a couple of weeks ago, right? And even before. Been a while since the 2022 rollout of the Harleys, but it felt like it's just dropped off the earth, or have I just been hiding under a rock somewhere? You guys seen anything, heard anything, know of anybody buying any of the bikes? I know, Colin, you started releasing some pictures on your Instagram page, which is called what, Bronco Ride?
I hope so. That's what I've been posting it to.
What did you see when you went to the dealership and saw the 22s? Because I have not seen them all yet.
Well, I've seen a couple CVO models, which are beautiful up close. Some of those, I just saw the one last week, Blue Steel. It was in a Street Glide, but that is a cool color. It looks black from afar, but once you get pretty close, it's and you get in the sun, it pops. I'm drawing a blank on that green one, the color scheme, but that looked really cool. I saw the Road Glide, the Street Glide. I saw both ST models. The new ones they released. I've not seen the Lowrider ST yet. I believe they were telling me those are special order. Those aren't in the showrooms that you have to order them to get them. The Lowriders came in, but not the ST one. So that's the only one I haven't seen yet. But they have a variety, and when I was going to the dealership, it seems like they're selling. I know they had two. What is that gun? Was it Battleship Gray? Why am I drawing a blank on it?
Yeah,
Battleship Gray.
They sold a couple of those, and I'm not a fan of that. I mean, it looks cool, but I mean that's something I wouldn't buy personally. But they've sold a couple of those, and they and then as soon as the CVOs came in, they had like 3 people trying to buy them. And so I was surprised that people are going to pay. I mean, I guess the CVOs always do sell, but they're I think it depends on the dealer. I think mine, they don't mark it up, which is cool. I dig that. But I believe if I remember right, it was 42 or 43,000 for the CVO, which is a chunk of change for sure. But they're beautiful bikes, man. The colors are awesome. I mean, it's if you dig the STs or not, that's your opinion. They look awesome. I like the bronze. So like the bronze wheels and, intertwined with the bike, it really looks sharp, especially in the Road Glide. And no, for the people that are asking, I'm not converting to the other side yet. Maybe one day, but I'm happy with my Street Glide because I keep getting people every time I post a photo. You gonna buy a Road Glide?
Since we're going to be on a couple rides together this year, Jack, maybe we could do what you did, which was convince me to go get a new bike, and then maybe we can get Colin to trade something in, man. You better not bring that new bike here. You better bring the blue one, so in case we do a trade in while we're there.
We'll see.
Yeah, Jack, how about you? I mean, have you seen any?
I have not been to a Harley shop since the new bikes came out. I'm waiting a little bit, Bob. I like the demo truck stuff, so I'm waiting to see if there's a demo truck coming soon to a Harley dealer near me to test them all out. Plus, I like shooting those videos. And yeah, you're showing $48,000 for a CVO Road Glide Limited.
Yeah, I mean that's not to jump off to, but what Jay, I don't know if you highlighted it. That irritates the F out of me. I'm not going to start swearing, Bob, but like certain dealers when they jack it up $4 or $5 grand. I don't know if you guys have that local where they do that, where they mark up the MSRP.
Mine's not.
Yeah, mine's not. And then you'll go 30 miles up the road and it's $5 grand more. So when he said that 48K, because I think another dealer had it up to almost 50,000.
You know what they did here though? They only put one dealer in within driving distance, or maybe 2. They've closed so many dealers around us. You can't price shop anymore. So if you walk in, he says, you want the CVO and it's 55, you'll pay the 55. You're going to buy it. I mean, you have to travel to get to another Harley dealer, and that's what Harley wants you to do. But it's going to make a really, really bad marketplace. And you guys are businessmen. You know how that goes.
Holy crap. Look what Bingo said. Be the Rider PA. I don't know if you can highlight up to 60K out west.
Yeah, some places are marking them up $20,000.
That's silly, man.
Yeah,
that is crazy.
Here's what even worse. So it's just like it's a buyer's market. So if you walk in, you laid on 60 grand, they're going to keep doing it. It doesn't matter. I mean, I'm not in the market for a CBO though, but I'm like you, Colin. I don't see the draw. A lot of people that buy CVOs, they're bar hoppers. You know what I mean, guys? They don't tour like us. They don't ride long miles. They just go to the bar. The next year they'll buy another CVO just so when they pull in, they're like, "Oh, it's a beautiful bike." It's like, but they don't ride it. You know what I mean?
Well, some people do.
Some do. I mean, I know one guy at Valley. He's actually the Hog chapter president. He usually buys a new bike every year. And this year he bought a CVO. He put the tour pack on it. And then they came out with the Road Glide CVO Limited. Is that what it's called now? So he could have had that all together, but he bought it right before that came out. Now he will put every year. He probably puts 30,000 miles a year on his motorcycle. And then he trades it, in a year or two, he'll just trade it off again and buy another new one. It's easier than getting tires and oil changes. Who messes with that?
You know what's funny is
another bike.
He just gets another bike. He don't care.
My local
what's nice is his bikes go. Yeah, but his bikes go to the dealers, guys, and you could buy a used bike, and I mean he loads them. It has everything you ever want on it. So.
Here you go, Bob. But I was telling my local dealer, they sold 2 of the yellow ones. Have you guys seen that?
Yeah, I'm not fun. You mean the yellow and black? It looks like the
Yeah, I
Pittsburgh
can't think,
Steelers.
again, I don't have them off the top of my head, the paint schemes, but they, and that surprised me. So, like, someone actually ordered those. They got them in. I mean, that's not my style, but some people like them.
Some people do.
You know what's interesting? Jack, when I bought my bike, it was a different green color. I forgot what it was.
It's not that snake venom, is it?
It's a snake venom.
I don't know if it was a snake venom. It was called something else, I thought. And when I looked at it, I was pretty hot on that bike, and I'm like, I think I'm going to get that color. And then I was like, you know what? I'm going to love that until like a month into it. I'm going to walk in the garage and see it and go, ugh. I'm the same way about that yellow. I think that yellow is pretty sharp looking, but I just don't know if I could take it long term.
Well, Mary liked that snake venom too. She really liked the color. But when you put it in sunlight, it turns purple. I will not ride a purple bike, guys. My dad said, don't ever buy or drive anything purple. And I have to live by the old man. I don't know why he said that, but there's a reason.
And all the Prince fans are now leaving. Hey.
At the end of the day, a couple people put this on here. You're going to get a hell of a trade.
You can. I said I was offered a ton of money for mine.
Like a couple of people put this on here. They're paying good money, so it's a wash.
Hey, Bob has a great brings up a good thought for me. As we are getting a little older, we're all in our 50s. Colin is much closer to us than he's led you to believe, just to clarify. And happy belated birthday, by the way.
Still 5 years apart.
Yeah, but it's not 10, as you've been kind of, Here's my point. Is there anything that you have when it comes to a car, a truck, or a motorcycle? You go, this is the last one. Got anything like that?
Yeah, my car and motorcycle. Well, unless I buy a second bike after this one's paid off. But, it's just in the job that I perform, it's so volatile. I could be laid off any June, because if we don't have enough kids coming in, they'll be like, hey, I'll see you. Thanks for trying it. Bye. Because, that's just the sheer fact of it. So I don't want to be stuck with, $60,000 worth of motorcycles in the garage and being bankrupt because I have to say, I got a lot of motorcycles. I don't really care about that. Mine runs good. I only got 24,000 miles on the clock. I was watching a guy the other day. I can't remember. Maybe it was Sinister Clutch. He said he loves his bike and he has 75,000 miles on it. So I thought that's my goal. That's pretty cool. Wow. And my car only has 72,000. It's a Honda. Honda will run forever. So not really worried about those two.
Colin, how about you? I mean, you have a truck that's like 130 years old that you're now putting new lights on. So I'm assuming
yes, I have a 20-year-old truck and I love it. And I'm going to
with a new frame.
With a new frame due to a recall. That was the best deal ever, man. Got a whole new frame out of that.
That's awesome.
Awesome. Dude, I was so into that. I was so into that video where you were talking about you were getting a new frame for your truck that was so old. I don't know.
I couldn't believe it. It's a 2003 Tundra, and they gave me a brand new frame last year. I think it was last year or the year before, which cost the Toyota $11,000, which was with a frame. The truck's worth maybe $4,000. So I mean, we've got 230,000 miles on it. So I'm gonna drive that thing till it's dead.
What kind of Toyota is that truck?
It's a Tundra.
That's what somebody told me to buy. They said the Tundra will last you
forever.
Forever. The guy said, I owned all kind of trucks. He said, that is the truck. If you ever buy, that's what you want.
Yeah, that'll be my next vehicle, but they've gone up a little in price since then. Yeah, because I was looking at them last week. Like, shit, they're like $70,000.
Maybe. Yeah, but yours is probably worth $25,000 for a trade. So
you probably get a good trade on it. So no, I mean the bikes. I mean, I'm going to keep those for a while, Bob. Don't plan on getting any new ones unless you guys force me to buy a Road Glide one day. I'm good. I'm in no hurry.
Dude, that means you're open to it. You might as well just go ahead.
I am open to anything.
Right?
Yeah, a lot of people are talking about the Pursuit. What do you guys think? I haven't honestly done a lot of research on it yet.
Yeah.
The Indian, what do you guys think?
Don't know a lot about it, honestly.
I like it. I mean, the price is right, $28,900. But again, how's the dealer's going to mark them up?
Yeah.
And all it is they took the Indian. We had the guys on here. Who was the Sprinkles, Salty and Sprinkles? Remember them?
Yep.
Yeah.
Indian Challenger. Indian Challenger. They took that and put a tour pack on the back of it.
They were your guests too, FYI.
Yeah, they were. Yeah. Great people.
You really want that electric windshield, don't you?
He does.
And that is. Well, no, I think actually Be the Rider PA seen one the other day. No, that wasn't the bike, but it does have electric one. No, what I want now at my age, guys, and you should be worried about it. Not so much you, Colin, because you're 42 years old, but Bob, you're almost 60.
No,
we need a reverse. We need a reverse in our motorcycles.
I'm not close to 60, Jack, but
okay. 59 and a half is close to 60.
I'm not 59 and a half. Talking about some more important stuff, I do want to get your take on this for a minute. Not because the new lights I put on my Road King look good, but I really, really pushed off not doing this for a long time. And you guys are friends, so you're always going to go, hey, it looks good. But I did not want to take away from the originality of the bike. I was really afraid that the lights were going to do that. Have you ever, do you think it did? Because you've seen the bike now, but have you done anything to your motorcycle that at some point you go, I don't know if I should have done that or not?
No.
And I think the only thing you lost is the nostalgia of the 2000 Road King, because it is a classic bike. But you know what? You had to modernize it too, because you're going to ride it. And if you ride at night at all,
and let's be honest, Bob,
you want people to see you.
Those lights sucked on the.
Well, yeah, the old ones are like.
I mean,
it's
they
like
really weren't that good.
It's like putting a candle in your headlight, man. That wasn't good. But I get it. I mean, I get why you did it. I mean, and I read a lot of the comments on that video today, and most people agree with you, Bob. So I would let that roll.
Well, except for Paul, and I'm not so sure I don't disagree. Right? It was definitely one of those hard things to decide to do. So, all right, let's see what else we have, Jack. Because you said you're going to keep your bike forever, and you just had a great video of a major change to your bike, even though you didn't tell your two best buddies about it. Any more big plans for this year?
Yeah, I think that the next thing we're going to do before the season starts, before our trip, definitely is putting shocks on the bike. So, and I looked at so many brands, and they go from anywhere from $200 to $6,000. I mean, and Miss HR said, you know what, we're just going to do it. So I'm going to buy the Revo A's. Just throw those on there. Plus, Colin has them. He says buy them; they're fine. So I'm going to have to buy those and put them on.
I mean, there's obviously a lot of good manufacturers.
There's a lot of options. Yeah, I'd like to have those ones that are self-adjusting.
I'm happy with the Wilburs.
Is that what it's called, the Wilbur?
Yeah, Wilburs, but I dig mine. They're great. Yeah. I love them.
We just got to find somebody to help us measure when we both sit on it. That's my only thing I'm thinking about. So,
hey,
but yeah,
maybe if there's a rally down at Van, we can just get them thrown on down there.
I should have them on before we go there.
They're really easy to install too.
Yeah, they're
the
rears.
rears.
And then I think over this next winter, I think I'm going to tackle the front. I'm going to tear the front of the bike apart myself, just for the hell of it.
Wow.
So, because I said, if this is my philosophy is, if I really screw it up, I could do like you did, Bob. I can have the Harley truck come, they'll pick it up, and they can rebuild it and bring it back. So,
hey, Bob Nelson. Every time he puts a video out, he blames me for something he bought. and I would say, Bob, that you're okay. So maybe you bought a couple grand of stuff. I bought a 30 grand bike before it's a Jack. So you got a lot of catching up to do there, brother. So
yeah, but now you bought another $30,000 bike because of Be the Rider PA. He said he talked you into that bike.
No, he harassed me into it.
He harassed you into
it. And then when you suggested I get a new one, right? Then that's how.
Well, that's 60,000 because I talked you into the other one.
Yeah. I was going to buy the Ultra Limited regardless, so can't get credit for
that. That's true too.
Colin, anything you're thinking about doing to your new bike?
Hold on.
Riding over the dog?
Waiting for the dogs. Yeah. A couple things. Depends on which bike. So I'm doing a lot of accessories for the Pan Am. I know that for sure. I just put new tires on her. On him, excuse me. And I'm getting some different mounts. Probably going to do a different windshield. For the street glide, don't have a lot of plans right now. That thing's I think I put enough in it for a while. I don't have any serious upgrades that I'm planning on doing. So not a ton, honestly. Just like some different bits for the Pan Am is my main thing.
What potential lights do they have left that we could put on any of our bikes for custom dynamics?
None. I don't have any more room, man.
Well,
I'd like to put that fender tip thing on the back. I think
I am completely out of room. I mean, there's
so my road king is all converted over. Maybe there's a couple things on the Road Glide, but I like just what I have. So, we're gonna have to. One of you guys are gonna have to get another bike so you can put some more lights on it. Just saying.
No, I don't have. I don't plan on doing a lot, man. I'm just planning on riding.
Yeah.
Hey,
we talked about some trips. So, Jack, you want to bring back up VAM and just talk a little bit about that, and maybe we can talk about some of the other stuff we're doing, and potentially one night on our trip, maybe meeting some folks.
Yeah, I know VAM is July 21, 22nd, 23rd, and 24th at Tazewell, Virginia. And at the same time, they're having this other thing called Road to the Back of the Dragon, July 22nd through 24th, OTR it's called. Apparently it's going to be there's going to be food trucks, live music, sponsors, and vendors. So it's going on the same time as VAM. So if you're going to VAM, or if you're like, I don't give a damn about VAM, then come down anyway and hang out with us, and you go over to the rally. That's all right. But no, Mr. G 1965 is putting that on. And then we will be taking
those are the same dates, Jack?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Actually, this rally is the 22nd through the 24th, and that's when we're getting there. We're going to arrive on the 22nd. So the three of us are already booked. We already got our Chateau Bronco Ride Palace rented. So we got another Airbnb this year. That'll be nice. And other than that, I mean, we do have another trip planned. We're not really publicizing it right now. But at some point we will publicize where we'll be so we can have a meetup one night, we think, guys, maybe.
Yeah, Ohio, right?
Yeah, it will be in Ohio. And I know I've had a bunch of people email me already. We're in Ohio. What dates, And so there's a lot of people that want to come out to that and see us anyway. So that's cool. I mean, it's fun to meet people. I like meeting people,
Yeah, and you know what? If the three of us are going to be riding for 4 or 5 days, let's take one of those evenings and spend, meeting up with some folks. I think that'd be kind of cool. So
yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah, I mean, despite the Buckeyes, I still like people from Ohio. So
I'm really looking forward to that trip in Ohio, man. I know you guys have rode it, but I've never been anywhere.
Well, we were on one road of the 9.
Yeah,
of the windy 9. So
yeah,
that'll be a blast, man.
We just got to make sure we got a plan. Jack and I kind of checked it out, and that's going to be a lot of fun for sure, right?
And I can't tell anybody, and Bronco will tell you this: if you're going to VAM, call down there. There's Airbnbs. We had one last year that's open this year. It was a really super nice house. I think, what was that, Colin? 6 bedrooms in that house?
Yeah, 5 or 6.
5 or 6. So if you get a group together, man, we had a great time. We were able to go back and kick your shoes off. You're not stuck in just a bedroom in a hotel, Get a bunch of guys together, and if you get pissed at somebody, just go in your bedroom and shut the door like when you're a teenager. It's okay. It's okay to be mad. So, but we did. We had a great time, huh, Colin? We sat in the living room, me, you, and Orvis, and
yeah, we had a great time. And I kept hearing sounds from your bedroom, though. So
that was.
Next time you got to mute yourself. A little excited.
Bob Nelson, you'd be a brother even if you went to Ohio State, man, just to clarify. So, all right.
Yeah, we might. I know we haven't talked about it, but after VAM, we're probably either going to go north or south.
Yeah,
we're up in the air. We might go to Kentucky, might go to Tennessee, but regardless, I'm looking forward to that. So we're going to have some really kick-ass trips.
You guys know you got me in a lot of trouble with Mrs. HDR. Just to throw that out there to you. So
you're welcome.
Why? Because they're not invited.
Hey, I'm going through like, okay, hon, I got this week with the guys and this week with the guys and these 3 days with the guys. She goes, well, when's my vacation? I'm like, I don't know. You got to fit yourself in here somewhere.
Hey, she gets the evenings and weekends with you, dude. Come on.
Yep. That is true. Evenings and week. What more do you want?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
That is funny. Yeah, so that's why she planned that 2-week trip. She's like, nope, we're booked. So,
Yeah,
Hey guys.
Ty's joining us on BAM.
Yeah,
yes.
that'll be super cool. That'll be super cool. Hey guys, I want to pivot here just a little bit because I've been getting asked this by a bunch of folks, and I thought I would get your expertise. And this is because a lot of folks that are on our friends that are usually out on us on Sunday nights are also do the YouTube thing like we do, right? And really wanted to talk about because I've been asked, if you could give some tips, what really is it? And it's not necessarily just for newer people, but Jack, if there were 2 or 3 things, what would you suggest for somebody, and what works best in your mind? And I guess define what best is. I know there's a lot of questions there, right? But just to, in general, like to get your feedback on, maybe one little tidbit helps somebody.
I don't know. This is a really loaded question here because what works best? And Bob, what works best for you might not work best for me, right? We could both do a video on the same topic, how to not run over a squirrel with your motorcycle. And you do it and, you get 5,000 views. I do it and I get 150 views or vice versa. And we're like, why? Why did that happen? I don't know. I mean, sometimes garage videos do really, really well if you're working on something somebody cares about, right? If you're tearing your engine apart, like Be the Rider PA will take his cam out and clean it. I said, that's what you need to record. People want to see that. But I don't know. He came back the other day and he said, I'm never shooting another garage video because he did a motive vlog and it tore it up. He got a ton of views on it. So,
yeah.
And Bob, you'll say some people don't like motive vlogs. They don't want us riding on the motorcycles, just chit chatting to them. I don't know, what works better, but I think it boils down to, Bob, and you said it before, make a great looking thumbnail, put your face in it. Your face should always be in your thumbnail and have a catchy title. And that will get people to your video. But, and then you got to watch time. So on a 9-minute video, if people are watching it 3 minutes, you're not doing the right job. So, I mean, that's the way it works. Our attention spans are so low nowadays.
Yeah.
So, but I don't know what works best. That's a good question.
How about you, Colin?
There's a lot of channels out there a couple of us, those that we watch, that will give you all those tips and tricks, right?
Yeah.
Where they've got all those guys that say, gain all these subscribers, right?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, just have fun, be yourself.
Yep.
I agree with you, Jack and Bob. Have a good title. Don't just throw up a pair of you on a motorcycle and say, I'm riding today. Try to make it at least searchable. And some of my videos do that, some of them don't. But I try to make it like if someone were to type in Legend Revo A, your video is going to pop up. But if you title it, I put new shocks on today, it's probably not going to pick that up, if you know what I'm saying. So title and a thumbnail for sure. But honestly, just be yourself. Be yourself, and don't. I mean, we all know this. We just do this as a hobby, and it's fun. And
don't. I think, Colin, it's funny when you said searchable, because remember when we left you guys last year and my sub-mistake share was out. The first hotel we stopped at, I got my phone out because the shocks were like banging on the back. I said, how do you adjust your Harley shocks? The very first video on a Google search it came up was Colin. I was like, I know this guy. And you were showing how to adjust that knob and, the preload on the stock shocks. And it was awesome. That's when I called you guys. It's like, what is the number? What should we be using?
And that's so basic, but it helped people, right?
It helped. Yeah.
When you made that video, you probably went, I don't know how this will do, right? But it's helped. You've had 10,000 plus views on it, I think, right? So
yeah,
I think it's up to 80,000 now.
Yeah. It was so simple, but it helped.
And I think it took me 5 minutes to film it. I was like,
yeah, but some of those people's videos too. I've been watching stuff lately, and if you watch like how to install Revo A's, the first thing they want to do is talk for 10 freaking minutes about why they decided to buy this. Show me what to do. An install video could be 5 minutes. Unbolt something, bolt it up. It's 4 bolts. And I think that's where it loses your attention span.
Let me ask you guys this just to tie on to that. So when you first get started, everybody wants to get to 1,000 so you can get rich off of the YouTube money, right? Or at
That's
least
how we're paying for all our trips, right?
Yeah,
That's right.
Yeah, right. So has your priority changed a little bit since you first started? And did it change once you got over 1,000? For me, I don't know, maybe my attitude changed on it a little bit once I got over that 1,000 subs. Not sure why, but Jack, has it changed on what you put out there? What's more important now that you're still the godfather of motovlogs? So
I think it does. And if you watch anybody that gets monetized, it's funny because once you start making $4 a video, you think you are like Rockefeller, right? Like I can rule the world. I could be the next Itchy Boots. You can't be. You're not going to be. You don't have the personality. Just get over it. Keep your day job. But it has changed, Bob, and it's changed so much. And I told people, few people know, you guys know. I mean, I actually watched videos, my own video accounts one night so closely. I had chest pain. I had to go to the hospital for a possible heart attack because I was stressed out. I was like, I need to make that $9. And once you start making money on it, it's no longer fun, guys. It's a job. You got a second job. You're getting a 1099 and you got to account for that money. You got to pay taxes on that money. So you're trying to make more money, right? Money is greed. And that's why I started a new channel. Everybody knows I have the other channel, 22,000 subs, right? And I started a new one called Photoshop Elements. I have on that channel right now, I think I have 200 subscribers, and I love just posting videos. There's no ads on them, and people just enjoy them. So that's kind of my take on it. You do change, Bob. You're right. You do change your content every day. You're thinking, what's going to get me the most views? Yeah. That's what I want to talk. I don't want to talk about my hangnails anymore, or my boots are loose or whatever. I got to talk about something important. And look how many guys, man, script their stuff out. Don't do that, guys. Be yourself. Like Colin said, have fun. It's a fun thing to do.
Has it changed for you, Colin?
I don't think it has. I mean, if I were to look at the moto vlog ones, I think I work on better production now for like different videos. Not necessarily better cameras, just better production and better editing. Because you look at your first videos and you cringe, like how it came out, and then now you kind of get tips and tricks of how making things more streamlined and how to edit better, no more dead air. Nobody wants to watch you on a motorcycle for 5 minutes, not talking. And all of a sudden intertwining and talking. You got to keep it, you got to keep things going. I think I did that. Yep. So that's where I changed. The install videos, I put a lot more detail into them than I did probably in the beginning. Because I look at it as if I were to want to watch an install video, I want it to be very clear, succinct, step-by-step type deal. And so I try to do that with videos. I still enjoy it. Like the other day, I did a video where I went out and found a road that I didn't even know was by my house. It was a dirt road. Is it killing views? No, but I had fun. I had a blast. I went out there and filmed it. It was one shot, basically edited it in like an hour, and I was done. Yeah. But I'm not upset that it's not blowing through the ranks of like one of my top videos, but I look at it as I had such a blast doing that. It was just enjoyable. And so like those things are cool too. I don't get upset if things don't go well. You can't get pissed if like you lose a subscriber, or if if you're not, gaining 5 a day or 10 a day or 15 a day. It's not a big deal. It's just having fun, man.
It's funny, if I can just tie off on that, Monica, and I think Andy said it as well. As I wrote this question out, I said, I'm going to go into mine and see where I got the most views, right? Modifications, review, installations, why I bought this, right?
It's
searchable stuff. And I think somebody mentioned it, but did I have fun doing those videos? And is it cool? At first, it brings a lot of people to your channel, so that's good. So they may subscribe, and then they get to know you. And then you develop a friendship, get comments. I know, Jack, we talk about that all the time. That's what we love, right? is communicating with people. But you do some of these detailed reviews. As an example, the lights I just put on, I can tell you that took me a half a day plus to do it. And that video isn't necessarily doing as good as most of my videos, but yet there's 4 or 5 comments that said, this is great. It really helped me. Now I'm going to go get those. And now I'm like, okay, I don't care how it does, right? And I think, Toby, you mentioned it earlier. I think after you get to 1,000 views, I think you get through into 1,000 subscribers. I think you quit worrying about subscriber count and just put content that you like out there. Colin, you talked about it being searchable, something that helps people, something that you like. I think then you kind of move into, hey, how many views did I get on it? Am I really doing stuff that people like to do? But that's why I ask the question is, why do you do it?
It does feel good, like you just said. It feels good. Like I got a dude from friggin' France today who wrote in French. Obviously, I don't speak French, but I could, he starts writing all this. So I had to go to Google Translate. I'm like, what the hell did he write? And so I answered in French, how you could do that. Google it. I'm like, yeah, I really don't know it. But, it was like, thank you very much. This was very helpful. Merci beaucoup. And I thought that was cool as hell that somebody watched the video and it was helpful. That makes that, I appreciate that more, that it helps people, not that they watched it and I got a view out of it, right? It's cool that you can help people out. And that's what YouTube's about. You think about it. I mean, I had to watch a freaking video today made back in 2005 about how to uninstall a fog lamp on a 2003 Tundra, and it was still going, and that helped me.
You know what I will say though, as you're trying to get views to your channel, I'm just looking at my top one, and it says Harley-Davidson Ultra Limited top 3 must-have modifications. Yeah. I put that out February of 2021. In the last 7 days, it got 700 views, right? So those channels, if you really are starting to grow, if you can do something like that hits people, and it's got to be quality stuff. I mean, at the end of the day, I think those happen, and I think those help get you there. And once you're over 1,000, you just kind of keep rolling, right?
Yep.
I like the one question somebody put out there, Bob. I don't know where it went now. About once you become monetized, do you watch your analytics more than before you were monetized?
Yeah, it was Toby.
Yeah. And I believe that. Well, before I went and stayed with these 2 guys for a weekend, I really didn't know anything about analytics. I never even looked at them, never even bothered with them. And they're like, look at you. You can see how many views you had, how many people you had. Now it's like, but now the reason what's that thing called, Bob? YouTube Studio on your phone? Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I just go in there and not answer comments. I really don't look at the counts. I don't look at the sub counts. I just go in there and just answer comments.
Well, your doctor called us both and said you almost had a heart attack and it was our fault. So we decided to back off that. So.
Hey, you put yourself in a hospital for a night. It changes your whole world, guys. You'll be like, YouTube is just not worth it. I have a full-time day job and they pay me pretty well. YouTube is just it puts gas. Well, not anymore. Don't put gas on a bike, I guess. You're gonna have to make a gallon. What's that?
You might get a gallon now.
You might get a gallon now a month with your YouTube check. But yeah, but you get it. I mean, don't let it upset you if you're not monetized. Don't. Roguelite Andy will say he's never going to monetize because he doesn't want commercials on his stuff. I mean,
yeah,
And
hey, that's fair, right? And
that's fair.
Funny,
sure.
It's funny you say that, Jack, because now it's just kind of normal, right? You're just used to seeing how quick can I hit skip, right? For those,
yeah.
And if you get a video now that has none of them in, right?
You're happy.
Jack, it's funny you say that. Grim Rider, and he did a video on this too. It was really, really bugging him and really too focused on it. And he really came clean one day in a video and just says, hey, this is killing me. I got to stop this shit, right? I can't keep doing this. And especially if you let it get to you like that, Jack, you did that. I know the Grim Rider did it. It'll tear you up, and
I think everybody
phone a friend. Say I'm getting too crazy about this. Help me.
Yeah, but most people that starting YouTube look at the other YouTuber, and I know people do this. How can I quit my job and just ride around my motorcycle, make videos, and have this big following? Everybody wants to do that, and it's not going to be for everybody. The majority of our chat room we're just a nice community that hang out together. Just that's the way it is. We can't all be what's the guy? Oh, Shade Tree Sergeant, or we can't be him. You know, he's a big legend in Florida. And I mean, the dude owns a bar. I mean, if I owned a bar, I'd have a hell of a following. I'd give everybody in here free beer.
Hey, Ricky, to answer your question, they started that, I think, 6 months ago. Regardless of the size of your channel, you would get advertisements, but you wouldn't get anything from it until you reached 1,000.
It's a mid-roll, right? They do.
I think I'm not sure. I don't know. I remember
that.
I remember reading about that they're basically doing commercials on every channel now for some people. And Bob, I want to add on this. There are some people though, and this is cool. If you want to do it, that go all in.
Yeah.
And they want to get sponsors, and people within our realm, within the motorcycle community. And I respect that. If they want to go that, if they want to treat it like a business and they want to grow it and they want to be the fastest, that's on them. Yeah. Go for it. I wish them the best success. Me personally, I'm not that way. You know, like we all have 3 jobs. If one of you guys want to do it that way, totally cool. I know you personally. I don't care.
But then you got those other channels too that I used to watch. I unsubscribed to a lot of people, but they start their video like this. Hey guys, we're out here riding today. We're going to hit these dirt roads in the back of us here, and we just can't wait to get out there and ride these rides. And if you become a Patreon, you can see that video. Have a good day. It's like, what? And that's all they're doing. They're building their money. They're building their wealth by people giving their hard-earned money to these people to see a motorcycle. Watch Colin ride in the dirt, man. He does a hell of a job for free. Right, Colin?
I'm not doing a hell of a job, but it is free.
You are doing a hell of a job. That was the best video I've ever seen, dude. I loved it.
I appreciate that.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? I will say that I have decided that people, especially during the winter months, are sick of garage videos. Right.
Yeah.
But the one I put out today was the last one I'm going to be doing for a long time. I got to say that because I'm sick of garage videos. So.
Yeah, but you went riding yesterday, right?
Dude, I will tell you what, I'm you know how it is. If you live in a cold state, it's been 4.5 months. My attitude about everything changed after I got back from that ride. It's ridiculous that it did, first of all, but it did. There's just no doubt about it, right?
Doesn't that suck? You were so pissed off because you couldn't get on, and as soon as you got on, it all washed away, man.
All gone, man.
Best feeling ever.
Everything's a little shit. Everything's little. It doesn't matter, right? So,
hey, throw up a Steve Street Glide there. I don't know if you see it at the bottom. Jack, what do you think?
Changing your bars, and I talked about for years. I'm sure, like Colin will tell you. And once I did it, oh my God, it changes the whole entire bike. The bike handles better. It's more comfortable to ride, and I would recommend do that right away.
Steve, one of the best things I ever did. I should have, I've talked about this in a couple of videos. Like, if you're going to do upgrades, bars, seats, and suspension should always be first, not engine. You know, people might disagree with that, but don't go in like getting cams when I'd rather focus on like shocks or seats or bars. It made such a difference in the comfort of the ride, getting larger bars for sure.
Yeah. And I think that reverts back to what we talked about before, guys. If you're a bar hopper, like you buy a motorcycle to ride from your house 5 miles down the road to the local bike nights, do the engine. Come in there blasting. Boom, boom, boom. If you're like us and you tour, do the comfort stuff first. It's going to make a big difference.
And in 2 weeks, you'll be watching a video from Bob Nelson on new bars that he's going to get. So hey guys,
nice.
Appreciate everybody coming in. Jack, it's been a quick hour. Any last comments? Things going on with you want everybody to know? And I know the Saturday morning HDR coffee is like a mainstay in our lives now. So you're stuck doing that till you're 100. Anything else going on with you?
Hey, yeah, like you said, Bob, and most people in here show up for Coffee with HDR, 8 a.m. every Saturday morning Eastern time on my channel. Everything else going on, I'm like you, Bob, really no more garage videos coming out of me. I mean, it's going to be riding videos. I'm trying to figure out how to do that yet with mixing it up with not just being on the motorcycle. But other than that, man, just looking forward to riding. And, again, as I tell you on my show, and I'm sure these guys tell you, we're humbled that all you people come in here just to sit and hang out with us for a while. Thank you so much. I appreciate everybody.
Amen. Colin?
Can you put my Patreon link up in the side chat?
It is up there. It's there.
No.
Get that shit off me. No, Jack, do you have your little thing on your phone? How many days?
Yeah.
Oh, to the first trip? Hold on. I got it.
I
got
love
it.
getting these pictures throughout the week. 100 days.
100 days to our first trip.
Yeah.
Well, 100 days to our first trip, but honestly, it's so cool now. Like when you look outside, I know not everybody's in the same boat, but we're in March and we're having 70-degree days. Next week, there's a couple nice days. We're still at the end of the cold weather, but it's going to be here soon, and we're all going to be out riding and enjoying life. So I cannot wait.
Yeah.
Thanks, everybody, for stopping in tonight. We do appreciate you.
You know what? I think Dusty says it all, and I'll wrap with that, right? It feels like you got a whole bunch of new friends, right? So we appreciate everybody coming in tonight. If you live in Ohio or in that area, and we'll start putting out some dates out there, we may have an evening. We'd love to break bread with you and have a cocktail, as long as we're not all riding. Let us know, one of the three of us, and we'll start getting something together.
Or we'll give you the address to the house. You show it with a case of beer, and we're all good.
Yeah, that's better.
or that, right? So everybody, thanks. As Colin said, get out there, ride, check on a friend, and we'll see you in 2 weeks.
See you guys.
See you guys. Take care.